On the morning of September 28, 1920, a 17-year-old girl took her last breath in a cell at Seodaemun Prison. The opponent she had stood against was one of the most powerful empires in Asia at the time. Her country had already been erased from the map a decade earlier, and yet this girl never stopped fighting, not until the very end. If you watch to the end, you'll discover the true story hidden behind a single textbook photograph. In August 1910, the Korean Empire was forcibly annexed by Japan. From that day on, Koreans were stripped of their freedom of speech, press, and assembly. The nation's name, its army, and its right to diplomacy all vanished. It was during this period that a girl was growing up in a rural village in Cheonan, South Chungcheong. Her name was Yu Gwan-sun, born on December 16, 1902. At the time, it was extremely rare for a girl to attend school, but an American missionary named Alice Sharp recognized her brightness. On Sharp's recommendation, Yu entered Iwa Hakdan, a school in Seoul. The story we usually know jumps straight from here to the famous cry of "Manse," long live independence. But there's a missing piece in between. On March 1st, 1919, the Declaration of Independence was read aloud in the heart of Seoul. The streets quickly filled with people shouting, "Long live Korean independence." 16-year-old Yu Gwan-sun threw herself into the protests alongside her fellow students. Japan soon cracked down hard, and the schools were ordered to close. With the school shut down, Yu returned to her hometown. An ordinary person might have quietly gone into hiding at this point, but she made the exact opposite choice. She went from door to door, persuading the village elders to join the demonstration, and night after night, she secretly made Korean flags. On the night of March 31st, 1919, she climbed Maebong Mountain behind her house and lit a beacon fire. It was a signal announcing the uprising planned for the next day. Soon, answering flames blazed up from more than 20 surrounding mountain peaks. But the real story begins the very next morning. On April 1st, 1919, about 3,000 people gathered at the Aunae Marketplace in Cheonan. Yu handed out, one by one, the flags she had hidden in a basket. Then she stood before the crowd and cried out for independence. But the Japanese military police soon descended on them. They opened fire on the unarmed crowd. That day, 19 people were killed on the spot, including Yu's father, Yu Jong-gwan, and her mother, Lee So-jae. The 16-year-old girl, who lost both parents at once, was arrested as a ringleader. Here comes a scene we often overlook. Standing in the courtroom, Yu did not bow her head. Instead, she is said to have spoken these words to the Japanese judge. "How can it be a crime to cry out for my own country's freedom? If there is any crime, it lies with you, those who stole another nation." She refused to recognize Japan's authority to judge her and declined even to appeal. In the end, she was imprisoned at Seodaemun Prison. In most stories, this is where it would end. But behind bars, her resistance only grew fiercer. March 1st, 1920 marked the first anniversary of the March 1st movement. Yu, together with fellow inmates, raised the cry for independence once again, inside the prison itself. The price for this was brutal. She was moved to an underground solitary cell and subjected to relentless torture. There are words she is said to have left behind in prison. "Even if my fingernails are torn out, my nose and ears cut off, my hands and feet broken, that pain cannot compare to the pain of losing my country." From the unrelenting torture and malnutrition, her body slowly broke down. And on the morning of September 28, 1920, Yu Gwan-sun finally passed away. She was 17 years old. It was just 3 months before her scheduled release. The Japanese authorities were reluctant even to release her body. Only after Iwa Hakdang protested fiercely was a quiet funeral finally permitted. For a time, it seemed the death of one girl would simply be forgotten. But her story did not disappear. In 1962, the Republic of Korea posthumously awarded her the Order of Merit for National Foundation. Today, she is remembered as Korea's Joan of Arc. When a nation vanished from the map, there were those who refused to the very end to accept it. Yu Gwan-sun was the youngest face among those countless names. If a 17-year-old could stand against an empire, what are we turning away from today? What do you think? If you're curious about the next story, please subscribe and like.